Okay, let's continue on here. This is episode 4 already, which is kind of crazy. But let's check out the team. So we have our Poochyena is nearly evolved, which is great. And Wingull is strong. And we have caught a Wurmple, which evolved into Silcoon, which means we're going to have Beautyfly, which is nice. We were looking for Dustox, but we'll settle for Beautyfly. I'll probably catch another Wurmple and try and get Dustox again soon. And I got very lucky and I found a wild level 10 Tentacool, which is nice, and I taught Tentacool Cut as well. And Tentacool will probably learn Surf as well along the way, and then I've two move slots left for whatever moves from his natural learn set that we will keep. So yeah, let's kind of move on here. We're in Littleroot Town, and we have to... I think the goal at the moment is to level up Silcoon to get Beautyfly. I'm going to teach Beautyfly Flash just because it'll make life a little... I know that it's not a very big cave, but it'll just make life a little bit easier. And there may be... I'm not sure, but there may be other moments in the game where Flash is needed. So I'm just gonna be kind of generous with the HMs. I'm just going to dish them out and teach them the Pokemon, and hopefully we have enough slots left for decent moves on top of that. Let's try and beat this Makuhita. So yeah, this is level 4 already, or level 4, I mean episode 4 already. I know other people are trying this out, and I've actually noticed as well, some people are trying this out on Omega Ruby, which is the remake on the 3DS, if I'm not mistaken, which is very cool. So I guess it maps quite nicely onto it because it's a remake, right? So the map and storyline are kind of similar, very, very close. So I guess doing the Petalburg Challenge kind of works, right? Because you can still use Petalburg as a cutoff point for catching your team. So yeah, so that's kind of cool, and I know some people are trying it on just vanilla Pokemon Ruby as well, and there's also some variations that are popping up as well in terms of maybe adding on some Nuzlocke rules, or maybe being a little bit more loose with some of the secondary rules, like not being able to use Surf, for example. And that's great. I encourage everybody to like I said, it's open source. Consider it open source. Take the rules and do with it what you will. Even apply it to other games, whatever. It's a cool format, you know. And I'm not going to hold it close and not let anybody change it. I mean, it's like I said, imagine it's like open source software, or open source storytelling, I guess. So feel free to modulate it or change it in any way that you want. And yeah, let me know how you get on. I'd be really interested to see how it kind of takes on a life of its own, I guess. But this is the, if we're using software analogies, this is the source code, right? This is the original. One thing I will claim is obviously that this is the original playthrough, and yeah, so this is going to be, and funny enough, my playthrough might actually be as well rounded as some other people's playthroughs. Whether they upload it or not, I'm not sure, but simply because like this is, I'm kind of trialing it as I go, right? And I'm kind of learning all the time as well. But there's not much that can go wrong. Like I said, the pool of Pokemon that the challenge allows along Route 101 to Petalburg City, there's enough variety there to cover all major HMs. So I think by that metric just, yeah, by that metric, that the game is doable with the Petalburg Challenge pool of Pokemon, which is cool. Well, we'll find out, I guess, right? But yeah, the main task at hand early on in this playthrough, excuse me, is leveling up Silcoon into Beautyfly. That's if we can get by this Makuhita level 9. Should get decent XP for this, right? Okay, one more hit. We should be okay. That's if I need to stop missing. Okay, nice. Okay, 111 XP. Nice. I'll take that. That's decent, actually. I might have to swap out here, or I might try and escape. Another level. Okay, let's just swap and take half the XP. Yeah, let's send out Poochyena. Try and get Mightyena as well early on in this episode. Why not? So, if you're just joining in the playthrough, Poochyena is... Oh yeah, I think Makuhita is a fighting type, right? Poochyena is... in the Petalburg Challenge, Poochyena is your proxy for starter, inspired by the opening kind of cinematic sequence where Poochyena attacks Professor Birch. Your character feels sorry for it and takes it on as their main partner. And yeah, it evolves into Mightyena at level 18. And Mightyena will then become our main Pokemon for the remainder of excuse me, for the remainder of the game, because there's no third evolution. It's just Poochyena into Mightyena. So we might get to see 2 evolutions before we progress or move along with the story. But yeah, I suppose general kind of to-do list for this episode. We have to reach Stephen at the end of the cave. We have to defeat the gym leader and possibly arrive at Slateport and evolve obviously a couple of Pokemon. That's kind of the loose target for the video. Okay, I've got a Zubat. So yeah, interestingly, I was going to do the 151 challenge, but that would have involved defeating Roxanne with your Gen 3 starter, and then progressing to here in Dewford, and then you would have access to the likes of Zubat and Geodude, and then obviously, excuse me, then obviously like the water type Pokemon like Tentacool and Goldeen. So you would have access to them once you defeat Roxanne. But I kind of want, when I do a challenge, I like it to be for all of the gyms, and so you have to get all of the badges and become the champion under whatever kind of restrictions that the challenge presents. And I think with the 151 challenge, okay, so you can progress with just one Gen 1 Pokemon after Roxanne, but it didn't feel right, and that's kind of what prompted me to come up with this idea. So, but yeah, this where I am right now, this is where you would be in the 151 challenge, catching a Zubat, catching Geodude as your main Pokemon, you know, just being Gen 1 Pokemon. But for now, we're doing the Petalburg Challenge, which is a kind of which came about because of that restriction. I suppose, yeah, basically there's no Gen 1 Pokemon before Dewford Town. So, you know, you have to get to Dewford to do that. But yeah, let's focus on the task at hand. Silcoon, level 9. I must look up the... I'll bring it up on the screen as well, the Bulbapedia entry for Beautifly. I'm not familiar with Beautifly's moves learn set, so let's we can have a little look at that when Silcoon evolves. And as far as I know, when Wurmple evolves at level 7, it is hard-coded into which Wurmple you catch, but it's random, effectively random. I don't think there's a way of influencing the evolution either way into Silcoon or Cascoon. It's a little bit different from older games where you had Weedle and Caterpie. You had two different bug Pokemon that had different evolutionary lines, whereas in this game both bug evolutions come from Wurmple, right? So there's a bit of random. It's random in terms of the mid evolution. So I got Silcoon, and yeah, I suppose the downside of that is Dustox is the psychic arm of that evolutionary line, and I think Beautifly is predominantly bug and flying, potentially. I'm not too sure. Okay, we're nearly at level 10. Okay, I've got another Zubat here. Got a bit of hay fever today as well, so my voice might be a little bit raspy as usual. It's kind of a seasonal thing, but nothing I can do about that. And it's also just from recording commentary and that type of thing. Silcoon is doing well with the confusion thing here. He's not getting hit by confusion at all. Have I jinxed it? I have jinxed it. Ooh, I probably should have swapped out. I still can. I still can. Oh, never mind. God damn it, Silcoon. Zubat's always such a tricky, like, frustrating Pokemon to encounter. I could have just defeated him there, but whatever. We can also train Wingull, maybe? I'd like to get Wingull to 15. I'm going to have to keep an eye on my team because I don't want any Pokemon lagging behind. I don't want to find myself like 6 or 7 badges in and there's 1 or 2 Pokemon in my team just lagging behind and I have to do a bunch of grinding. I'd rather not do that. So I'd like to keep them all together if I can. So you see at the moment Tentacool and Silcoon, they're new obviously. But if we get Poochyena to 18, Wingull to 15, and then these 2 evolutions, you know, 11 or 12 maybe, like that's kind of not too bad. I'll take that. Okay, 1 more battle here and we should evolve. And then what I'll do is I'll bring up the Bulbapedia for Beautifly. I'll just get it ready actually. That is something that I like to do during my playthroughs actually. I like bringing up the Bulbapedia entries for different routes or different Pokemon and that type of thing. Because that's how I play it. I like doing a little bit of research while I'm playing, you know. And that's how I would advise or suggest other people play as well, you know. It's really useful because like just gives you an idea of what's coming up and what to expect and how you should, you know, shape your playthrough. It's not like the die-hard way to play it, right? The die-hard way to play it would be on a Game Boy Advance with no additional kind of walkthroughs or information or whatever. But I guess like I'm revisiting the game and I'm looking to kind of add new meaning and to enjoy it again, you know. So I think these things help to kind of inject a bit of excitement back into a game that you're probably already super familiar with. Okay, nice. Is that enough? Yes, it is enough. So we have our first... Is this our first evolution? No, it's our second one, because I had Silcoon evolved, obviously, from Wurmple. Oh, interesting. Beautifly is actually... It's bug flying, but its learn set is grass orientated, which might save me getting... I don't particularly want Sea Dot and Nuzleaf. I'm just not a huge fan. So instead of Sea Dot and Ralts, I was hoping to rely on Beautifly and Dustox, honestly. See, yeah, now we're learning Absorb. This is great. Yes. We don't need Harden. Interesting. Okay, so Beautifly can technically be our grass option. So I'm going to bring up the learn set now. It's actually quite a decent offering. Okay, let's bring up Bulbapedia. Make it a little bit bigger on the screen. Okay. So I just learned Absorb there, level 10. And there you see we learned Gust, level 13. That's a flying move. And then at level 24 we've Mega Drain. Now the damage isn't great, but I think you gain some life back from Mega Drain. Possibly. And Giga Drain at level 38, that's a decent move. Absorb is even good to have. So let's see, okay, so it can learn quite a lot from TMs. So it can learn Flash. It can also learn Psychic, Solar Beam and Giga Drain. So if we find Solar Beam, that could be an option. Hyper Beam as well. I'm not sure where you find any of these. I can't remember. It can learn Shadow Ball as well, which is pretty nice. Or Thief. Okay, so Beautifly is like decent. Quite decent actually. Okay. Let's have just a quick look at the stats. Somebody was telling me as well, a friend of mine, that you can swap these around. Oh, nice, you can. That's interesting. Let's actually have a quick look. Oh no, we don't need to adjust anything else just yet. But so what I might do is let's teach Beautifly Flash, which still gives us 3 slots for other moves, which is more than enough. Okay, I think like Cut and Flash aren't essential. I think you can actually play through the game without them. But I'm just going to teach them. Why not? Okay, which move should be forgotten? Let's get rid of String Shot. Okay, let's go and heal up, and then we'll get to Steven in the cave. That will progress the story. I'm trying to think which gym leaders would Grass be good against. I actually don't know the order. I still have Bulbapedia on the page as well, or on the screen as well. But yeah, I must check which trainers, because I know fighting is the second badge, right? That's what we're going to be facing soon. Interesting. Okay, let's get through the cave here. Yeah, nice. Do you know, I'm not taking on another Zubat. The sprite for Beautifly is beautiful. No, it's very cool. I like it. Ah, Zubats everywhere. If I do come up against Geodudes, I'm trying to look. Jesus, how many encounters are there? Wow. It's 3 Zubats in like 10 steps. Grass is good against rock, right? So this also allows me to find... Oh, can't use it until the badge is obtained. Okay, let's try and do that then. And before that, I'm going to evolve Poochyena, why not? I believe the gym leader, it's fighting, but I think he only has 2 Pokemon. And like, let me just check that real quick. Like, I'm just gonna bookmark a page here. Yeah, we've Machop and Makuhita, level 17 and level 18. So that's doable. Now the only thing is, Poochyena is going to be not very effective against fighting. So Dark is not very good against fighting. And fighting is super effective against Dark, so I'm going to have to rely on my other 3 Pokemon here. So I may have to level up a little bit. I mean, I could progress with the cave and just get there, but I'd rather just do it. I'd rather do it with Flash. Okay, we don't get too much XP. Yeah, it's quite limited actually. I could actually farm a little bit if I go down the steps. Let's do that. Because I can use... Wow, the encounter rate is crazy in here. Yeah, it's every 2 or 3 steps. Wow. Might need to look at buying some repels. Okay, I think the wild Pokemon changes in here. I think you start seeing Geodudes. Oh yeah, Aaron. Such a cool Pokemon. It's like Steel type, right? I always thought it was cool that you could find Aaron here in this early stage as well. Okay, Dark's not very effective. Well, actually, this isn't going to be very effective either because it's Steel type. I might get decent XP from this, actually. The evolution line of Aaron is very cool as well. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, decent level 10. So Poochyena is going to have to learn some TMs because Bite isn't, like, it's just not going to do it. It's not going to be enough. So I'm going to have to hopefully I'll get some interesting HMs, or TMs, sorry, that are compatible. I suppose this is where the... oh, Arm Thrust. Oh no, hit 3 times. Oh wow. Level 10. No, let's flee that battle. Man, that was tough. That's a signal that I'm probably still a little bit behind the pace. But like I was saying, this is where the challenge is going to start kicking in, because you're not using mainline Pokemon from the gen, so you're not going to get the benefit of it just generally being OP, you know? So the learn sets are going to be more limited, and yeah, everything is more limited, really. So you have to rely really on kind of the effects and the type and type chart and stuff like that. Okay, it's a little bit of a grind to level up Poochyena here. Okay, grand. So we are back to health. It's a cool little area. I do like Dewford Town. Is there an item up here? Yes, there is an item, of course. If you have surf, there's probably something down there to the left as well. Oh, I didn't get far. I'm just going to take on everything now until I level up. Okay, nice. Wow, you don't get much XP at all. Okay, another Aaron or Aaron. Just have to use Bite, I guess. It's going to be the only move that's does any damage. That flinch though, there's a chance of flinch. That's really important with Bite, especially in like when you get to the Elite Four stage. Like sometimes that can be the difference between winning an entire battle or not. You know, just giving you that one extra attack. Okay, close. Let's heal up. Do I have... okay, let's just use the Oran Berry. Abra. Abra is probably my favourite evolutionary line in the entire Pokemon. Oh god, it teleports away. Also notoriously difficult to catch, but yeah, Abracadabra and Alakazam, my favourite evolutionary line generally across all of Pokemon, all of the games, all of the anime in general. And that's why I'm not catching normally, and the same when I did my 151 run of Gold, I avoided Abra and Kadabra because it's just OP. It just makes the game too easy. You just kind of steamroll through trainers. Okay, nice. We have our Poochyena evolution. Nice. Mightyena. Nice. Mightyena is a very cool Pokemon. I'm stoked that that's our main Pokemon. Check it out. Nice. Badass. Lowers the foe's attack. That's it. That's their ability. Okay, they're brave. It's just the moves we need. We need better moves. Nice. The sprite is pretty badass as well. It's kind of like a bit like Houndour, Houndoom, but you know, still very cool. Okay, let's try and defeat this Makuhita. Why not? It'll give us an idea of the gym battle as well, because Makuhita is the main Pokemon of the gym leader. Okay, it's obviously going to take us a while to get out of here. Oh, nice. It takes effect immediately. That's pretty nice. It's a nice little bonus effect. Do any of the other Pokemon have abilities like that? Draining causes injury. Okay. Ups bug moves in a pinch. Prevents loss of accuracy. Okay, so Wingull is always quite accurate, I guess, yeah? Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the team. Okay, not bad. Oh, it was 30 minutes of work, but you know, I think that's a nice level to be at. I don't know if it's enough to beat the gym leader. I'm gonna try and get Wingull up one level. Just why not? Let's just will Makuhitas be enough? Oh, that's perfect. If I just encountered Geodudes, that'd be great. Almost level 14 already, so that's grand. Not too bad. Don't forget as well, if you're enjoying the playthrough, if you think it's chill, if you enjoy the pace and the vibe of the story, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm always happy to engage and have a chat about it. And I'm also working on a kind of version 2 of my website. It's more of a wiki style HTML website, whereas what I have at the moment is kind of just your run of the mill kind of mobile optimized, you know, modern looking website. But I'm working on something that's inspired by like the 1990s, early 2000s, like Web 1.0. Think like Wikipedia, but like old school. And the reason I'm doing that is it'll just make it easier for me to catalog everything. And oh wow, I forgot Wingull has flying, which is super effective against fighting. We're actually going to be fine in the gym battle. But yeah, I'm working on that. Actually, do you know what I might do? I might actually share, for anybody who's interested, I'm going to share a quick like screen grab. Well, not a screen grab. I can actually show you a live demo of the homepage. It'll only take like 30 seconds, but why not? I'm actually going to do that because it'll just while I'm explaining it. But on the website, you will be able to... How did I even get onto talking about the website? I can't even remember. I was saying, drop a comment. We'll chat about the game. Oh yeah, I was going to say on the website, I'll have a kind of a notes section where I'll have some bits and pieces about the challenge and stuff like that. Okay, nice. Can I fit this to screen? Fit to screen. Okay, that kind of works. So you can see, yeah, it's like an old school static web page, very, very simple with some GIFs and stuff as well. But this is the home page. I haven't really figured out the other pages just yet, but they'll all be based off the template of this page. And you can see if you scroll, there's a kind of a site navigation, basic links. This version link will bring you to the GitHub page. You'll be able to view all the games I play on the channel, some art, retro art that I make to promote the channel, And then under notes, and you'll see they'll be listed here as well on the home page, that's where I'm going to have additional notes like challenge notes or tutorial kind of content and stuff like that. It's kind of like a wiki, right? Think of it like a channel wiki, where you'll just find all of the different information on the channel, and it'll all be centralized here in this website. So yeah, that's what I'm working on off camera. But yeah, and again, if that's something that interests you at all, drop a comment. I'll be only more than happy to have a chat about it. And because coding and kind of HTML and CSS, not so much JavaScript. I haven't really learned much about JavaScript yet. I actually don't enjoy JavaScript as much. It's not as intuitive as HTML and CSS. I like how HTML and CSS work together. It's very clean. I do use some Java for pulling like date information and stuff like that, but yeah, coding has become my secondary hobby over the last like 6 months. I've learned quite a lot, and I know the website looks very basic, but it's kind of intended that way. I can make more complex designs, and I can use style sheets and stuff like that to make, like, you know, super modern, crisp, responsive websites. But I'm looking to make something that's like an old wiki, that's just really, really basic, text-based, static, to archive everything. And it's more for archival purposes than it is for like the user experience and all that. Well, actually, there is some of that baked into it too. Like, I actually think Web 1.0 websites are kind of beautifully minimal and easy to engage with, whereas with modern websites, there's a lot of drop-down menus, there's a lot of secondary menus, there's a lot of content, there's a lot of columns and rows, and it's all very busy, you know. Some websites can be quite nice as well. I mean, if you think of, like, sometimes I've referenced like the Apple website's quite nice, but they're real modern, and there's a modern aesthetic to it. But I think like the very first iteration of Web 1.0 websites, there's something awesome about them, because they're function over design. They're just all about function, and I like that, you know. So that's why I've decided to just use basic HTML and CSS to create a very simple static website. So that should be live soon. I just need to pick a domain. Okay, Wingle needs to level up here. So back to the action here. But yeah, I'm very enthusiastic, as you can probably tell, about coding, computing, web history, web design, web development, etc., etc. It's something I've been really kind of leaning into lately. And it runs like secondary to the channel as well. It's like the channel is gaming and computing. It's kind of a mixture of both. It's the interplay between retro gaming, PC gaming, and retro tech, and how all those things kind of can relate to each other in different ways, you know. And that's why the content you'll see will either be retro game playthroughs with commentary or demo gameplays, as well as niche kind of computing content, tutorial content, and stuff like that. And at times they will overlap and as well, because could be playing a DOS game. I could be emulating. I could be, you know, there's always some kind of interaction between the PC element and the retro gaming element. They're intimately connected, especially if you're into like old FPS games and stuff like that. Okay, so Wingle is almost level 15. And to be honest, I think if we lead with Wingle, we might steamroll the fighting gym, because wing attack is going to be super effective. And let me just see, is fighting? Yeah, fighting does half damage against flying. So it's perfect. So what else do I have? I have grass. So grass is going to be super effective against ground. and rock. So if there's any... Okay, interesting. So interestingly, actually, for the first gym leader, you could actually... Beautifly would have been an option. Although it still would suffer from rock type being half flying, so... Okay, so let's just see now. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at our... Yeah, let's have a quick look at our team here. So yeah, Wingull at 15 I think is fine to progress here. And once we get to Slayport, there's going to be more options for training up Tentacool and Beautifly. Which is nice. So let's dive right into this gym battle now. There's going to be 2 or 3 trainers along the way. Mightyena as a fallback, even though he's vulnerable. And then maybe Tentacool and Beautifly if they're needed. Let's see how this goes. Ah, you see. So I think what happens is every time you defeat a trainer, the light gets bigger, type of thing. But we're gonna take on all of the trainers for the XP. This could be the case, like in my Pokemon Gold playthrough, where my secondary water type Pokemon, so it was Poliwhirl in Pokemon Gold and it's now Wingull in Ruby, actually becomes the dominant Pokemon, you know, and especially with dual flying in water, I think it's a possibility. Okay, Meditate protected itself. Oh, I mean, that's nice. Oh, that's not nice. I wonder, did they tone down the psychic moves or the damage in this game, because in Gold it's ridiculous. Okay, GG's Wingull. Should I heal? I don't have a potion. Let's just dive in. Like, what's my HP? Yeah, I should be okay. I'll take on this guy and then we'll go and heal Wingull. If I can defeat this gym and get to Slayport, I think that's a kind of a successful episode. And obviously get to Steven in the cave, sorry. Wing attack has 35 PP as well. We're in a good spot, I think. This is great XP for Wingull as well, who's going to be on par now with Mightyena. So that's always nice. And he should be ready for the gym leader as well. He's going to have to level up. Okay, Meditate. Okay, use Detect again. Okay, and again. Oh, failed. Oh, nice. So I think Wingull evolves level 22 into Pelipper. I'm not a huge fan of the sprite and the design of that Pokemon. It's like a pelican, right? Is it like a pelican? Maybe I have the wrong type of bird, but I like Wingull, but we will allow the evolution just for whatever benefits are incurred. Okay. Oh, I mean, this is nice. Wingull is the play because, there's a risk obviously when you face rock type, but with the second gym, fighting has there's no options really. They have no option to do much damage to me. Wow, look at that. That did 2 HP. Alright, nice. So what we might do is we're gonna have to buy a couple of potions, right? Stuff like that. Just gonna go and heal. Gentry is such a chill playthrough, right? The entire world and the soundtrack and stuff, there's something really relaxing about it. Whereas I thought Gold was a little bit, not stressful, but kind of maze-like at times, and intense. I think Ruby is definitely more of a chill time. And I think that the more kind of 2.5D graphics as well, I guess a little bit, right? Or it's a little bit more depth and dimension. Like there's more dimension to the graphics. You see like the trees and stuff. There's kind of a 2.5D 3D effect. You know, I think it adds a bit. The world seems more immersive in that respect. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, I did defeat that person. I think that's everyone, is it? Wow, is that everybody? Okay, so we defeat 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that must be everyone. Although, oh yeah, I think that's everyone. I usually chat to this guy actually. What's he going to say? Okay. So I guess we are taking on the gym leader. Okay. Okay, that person wants to become the champion also. Okay, let's see how we get on here. Okay, Wingle, let's go. Okay, level 17 Machop. Not quite half. Oh, give me a break. I never bought any potions, actually. Oh, I don't know if Wingle's going to survive here. Oh, wow. How unlucky was that critical hit? Alright, yeah, we're probably going to fail here. I need to buy some potions. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, Beautifly is not going to do much damage here. Yeah, try another Poison Sting. Right. And Poochyena is not going to do very well. Okay, maybe I was a little bit too confident going into this one. Okay. See, it's not very effective, but it's doing a lot of damage. Like, okay, one tick of health left. We might just have to take the loss here, unless I can do something crazy here with Tentacool. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Tentacool is doing quite well. Alright, okay. Wow. This is proving to be a little bit tricky. But yeah, I just didn't anticipate. That critical hit on Wingull was super unfortunate. Oh, wow. Machop. If Machop had have used the fighting move there. Oh, come on. Another super potion. Alright, well that's the end of this, I would say. This is going to be super effective. Or not. I don't think Seismic Toss is actually a fighting move. Oh, but that is. Okay, so harsh lessons to be learned. Don't forget to buy potions, and I'm probably after losing all my money. Okay, 2,500, wow. Okay, there's actually no shop here either. Wow, okay. Okay, a little bit tricky. I could go back to the Pokemon Center in, or the Pokemon store in Rustboro. I'd rather not have to go through the forest and everything again. So I'm going to try this again. And I just hope that Wingull makes it through. Well, see, if I die again, I'm going to lose more money. This is very risky. Screw it, let's just see what happens. Let's go Brawly. Okay. No critical hits from Machop, please. Okay, bulk up. Okay, his attack went up, not good. Okay, come on, one more. Okay, not very effective. Okay, that's more like it. That's one down. Okay, Wingull levels up as well. If I can just land decent damage, although he probably uses Super Potion again. Wow, that takes a big chunk of damage. I might kill him here with this shot. He's probably going to drop a Super Potion. Or not. Okay. Oh, okay. Hit 3 times. Yeah, Super Potion. If I can just land decent health, or decent damage with this attack. Oh, nice Wingull. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, it was worth going back in. That critical hit probably saved us a trek back through the Petalburg woods into Rustboro. Nice, that gives us the ability to use Flash as well, which is sweet. Okay, all those up to level 30. Okay, we got TM08. Is this Seismic Toss? No, bulk up. Okay, not what we need. But anyway, we got our second badge under our belt. I'm not sure that phrase is weird, isn't it? Under our belt, on our belt, in our pocket, in our Pokénav. We have secured our second gym badge. Okay, nice. So, I mean, Wingull is the star of the show for this episode. So let's head up and... I mean, I can swap maybe... I mean, Beautifly, maybe I'll swap. I'll put out front because I can defeat any Geodudes to get some XP. Yeah, there's no shop to buy repels either, so we're gonna just have to make our way through here. Well, I must check what type is Makuhita. It's just fighting, right? Yeah, just fighting type. If I knew Gust, that would be pretty nice. Oh man, it's actually torture trying to get through. Just this first little room takes so long to get through. The encounter rate is ridiculous. Okay, let's make our way through the granite cave. Nice. So actually Flash doesn't give you the full screen, but it gives you enough to be comfortable. How does grass fare against steel? I don't think it makes much difference. Okay, that doesn't affect me. I mean, it's going to take forever, right? What is effective against steel? It's going to be fire, right? Fire, fighting, and ground. Fair enough. It's Abra. It's just going to teleport away anyway. Fair enough. That's the only move I think Abra knows until when it evolves into Kadabra. And then it learns Confusion, I believe, at level 16. Okay, we made it this far. There's probably some more items that I missed, but... Okay, level 11 Zubat. I just want to get through this section. I don't want to get caught up fighting Zubats. Nice, we got the Everstone. I mean, we could give the Everstone to Wingull. Okay, so we've Mawile. Let me see. could be rock. Steel and fairy. Okay, I'm not sure what's going to be super effective there. It's actually a decent spot, probably for getting some XP. But Beautifly just doesn't have the moves at the minute. Okay, so we've made it to the end already, so that's fine. I suppose even just for the sake of recording the content, I'd rather have not done that without Flash. In a playthrough off camera, yeah, sure, but probably just for the sake of getting through that. Okay, nice. This is Stephen. Okay, we got Steel Wing. Right, so who can learn Steel Wing? That's what I want to know. So let's check. Poochyena is obviously not. But I think Wingull could learn that. Yeah, I'm nearly... Or maybe Beautifly, actually. I'm just checking real quick on the Bulbapedia. No, it actually can't learn it. I mean, if Wingull can learn Steel Wing, I mean, it might be an option. Yes, it can, and it does 70 damage. Okay, we need to have a little look at Wingull's learn set here. So not only might he know water, flying, he might have a steel move option as well. But I do need to keep in mind that Wingull will be learning fly at some point, which could replace wing attack, although I want to keep wing attack. So Growl and Supersonic can go. So technically we could have Fly and Steel Wing in there. Let me just check. Is there anything else along the way that I need to save space for? So we get Pelipper at level 25. There's nothing. There's nothing until like level 61 where there's a water move that might be considered. If you were to keep Wingull and not evolve, is the learn set the same? No, it's actually different, interestingly. You actually get quick attack and pursuit, but they're not too important. I think Steel Wing and then Fly when I get the HM. That's pretty much it for Wingull. So, and let me just check real quick as well. So Steel type moves gives us an option against Ice and Rock. Interesting. Ice and Rock. Okay, I don't need to do that just yet, but it's an option, right? Do I have an escape rope? I do. Let's just use the escape rope. Get ourselves out of there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and heal real quick. So that's Dewford kind of sorted, right? So I think now that we've given the letter to Stephen, I think this is where we can... This is Mr. Briny will take us to Slateport now, right? Okay. So do we need to go back? Let me just see. I think we can progress here. Let's go to Slateport. Yeah, I think so. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I think, yeah, you delivered the Devon goods to Captain Stern in Slateport, and we did give the letter to Stephen. So that's how the story progresses. So yeah, we can head on to Slateport. I just wanted to double check we didn't miss anything along the way. So yeah, Slateport opens up a few new routes. There's the cycle path. There's some more wild areas to grind. And there is a gym as well, I believe. Okay, so these are trainers on the beach. So we can avoid... Well, do you know, instead of trying to avoid them, I might actually just leave it there and I'll continue in the next episode. This is a slightly shorter episode, I guess, but I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. I wanted to finish up in Dewford with the gym and Stephen in the cave. I wanted to evolve Beautyfly and Poochyena. I've done that. And we kind of know what we need to do now to progress, right? So we need to deliver the Devon goods. I think we start encountering Team Magma now in the museum in Slateport. So that'll be interesting. And yeah, we're going to be focusing on leveling up Tentacool and Beautyfly so they're more in line with Wingull and Poochyena. And I suppose then we can always, maybe not for another couple of episodes, but I will be thinking about maybe tracking back to catch a 5th Pokemon. Well, maybe 2 more, I suppose. Why not fill up the team? But I'd rather do it slowly so that I don't just have a bunch of Pokemon who are low level. But let's focus with these 4 for the minute. I think Wingull offers quite a lot with the flying and water type, and I think Steel Wing is an interesting choice as well, giving us options against ice and ground. And then Poochyena needs another TM possibly, and then Tentacool is fine. I think it's just our water option, secondary water option. But yeah, I think the team is looking nice, and yeah, this is a good moment to end the episode, and it'll be a perfect moment to start the following episode, heading up into Slateport. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'm really enjoying the challenge. It's very chill. We'll see how I get on as the badges and the gyms get more difficult, but I think the team is holding up well so far. And yeah, so I'll be back soon with more content, a variety of different games and stuff. But this core series will continue, and I'll hopefully update and upload episodes quite regularly. So yeah, thanks very much for watching.